It's just amazing to see that a child can get so excited about a new pair of shoes, and sometimes it's just a used pair of shoes.
From shoes to coats and the clothes in between, the Fort Wayne Community Schools Clothing Bank supports students in need so they can focus on their studies. Putting on clean clothes every morning is something many of us take for granted, but that's not the case for some FWCS students. Some aren't sure where their next meal is coming from or where they'll sleep at night. 1,200 students are classified as homeless, staying in shelters or hotels, but they aren't forgotten. The district has a program to help ease the burden on the parents, keep the students in school, and it often starts with simply getting dressed. Once a month,
an actual vehicle load full.
Christina Adams brings donations.
Everyone that I know drops off collections.
By the box and bag full.
It is a lot.
To the Fort Wayne Community Schools Clothing Bank.
My kids are growing every 2 to 3 months, and what do I want to do with those clothes? Bring them here. Help another kid feel good. Help another kid be able to learn and get a full day of education.
Helping students and their families during a difficult time hits close to home.
A couple of years ago, I went through a really rough patch of life, and I was shocked that my children were treated differently because of my unfortunate situation. So that kind of stuck with me, and I knew when I got through that rough patch that I wanted to give back. And I knew that this would be a great way for me to serve my community and also to give back to those children who might feel the same way that my kids did, because they can't control their own parent situations.
Through social media, Christina enlisted her army of friends and family, and donations came pouring in.
My garage is normally taken over by donations throughout the school year.
What makes it so beautiful is that this is really funded through community donations and a community effort.
Christian Perez Mora runs the Clothing Bank and the Families in Transition program for Fort Wayne Community Schools.
Sometimes it's just as simple as having hygiene items, having new clothes for school, clean clothes for school, shoes, and that's one less stressor for the family.
Christian says about 70% of FWCS families are under the poverty line. In the last 6 months, the Clothing Banks handed out 1,500 orders, each with a week's worth of clothes that are discreetly delivered to the student's school.
These are all shoes that our homeless students would get.
1,200 FWCS students are considered homeless, living in shelters or hotels.
A lot of our families experience situations where they have to flee. If they are in a house fire or domestic violence situations, many times they're not thinking about, oh, let me get my clothes first. Or there's always that fear of, is my student going to be able to stay in this school because I was evicted, or now I'm in a homeless shelter? They absolutely can.
Most of the students in the Families in Transition program move an average of 10 times a year.
So if we were to have to require a homeless family to change schools that many times, their education would be greatly impacted in a very negative way. So our goal is to try to help remove those barriers.
Keeping them in class and cultivating confidence through clothes.
It's hard for them to focus on school and their math problems when they don't really know where they're going to lay their head at night the next day. And so my job is to make sure that I can take some of that stress from their everyday lives so they have one less thing to worry about.
We want these kids to feel dignified, and we want them to feel proud of what they're getting from here.
The Clothing Bank has sizes from babies to 4X, ready to help not just students, but their families too.
Be able to see the reaction of whether it's kids or just the sigh of relief of a mom who just says, oh my gosh, I can now focus on something else because I don't have to, buy school supplies, or I don't have to do this. It makes this job just worth it every single day.
That's the beauty of this clothing bank, is they can really change the life of a child.
Right now in this story on Wayne.com, you can watch an extended video tour of the Clothing Bank and find out how to donate.